Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Toyota RAV4, and this is the top of the range XT5 model, 2-litre petrol. This particular car is registered, I'll tell you in a second, WK06AHD, and mileage is 68,567 miles. The reason we do the road test is very simple indeed. We just want customers to see the cars actually in operation prior to come to see us. That way, if there's any obvious faults with the car, we will tell you about them straight away. As I've said in many of my previous videos, we've been to see cars and travelled many hours, and we've asked people before we've set off, is there any issues with the car, only to get them find out there's a fundamental problem, or there's a warning light on, or something that was glaringly obvious that we should have been told about, and that's why we do it. So if there's something on the car that's there, rare as it might be, you do get to know about it. This particular car, very well looked after car, literally just been driven to me. I've just dropped the driver off actually, so I'm doing the video on the way back, slightly in reverse to the way I'd normally do my videos, but the engine's very, very sweet. Started it absolutely instantly. It's obviously been running for quite some time now. Temperature gauge just under a half, which is exactly where it should be on a RAV4. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. But the engine is very, very sweet. I mean, they're very highly regarded. Nice and refined, pulls really well, very flexible. You can sort of tootle around it with relatively low revs and high gears, and it doesn't complain at all. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is smooth in operation. Bite point's very good. Bites very well, and all good. Gearbox in the vehicle, which is your standard Toyota fare, nice and slick in operation, very precise, very easy to use. It's hard to get lost in the gearbox. It's all sort of pretty much fingertip. You can just sort of flick up and down the gears very, very easily indeed. It doesn't bulk, so the synchro mesh is all very good. What I'm looking for on road tests, of course, is just signs of wear and tear. There's certainly in the powertrain of the vehicle, can't find anything there at all. Steering of the car, a real strong point on the RAV4s. Track's absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel, and I'm at the legal limit now as well. There's been nothing throughout that either. But it's a lovely, precise, quick rack, nice and positive to use. Certainly not what you'd expect for a car of its size and type, but it really does respond very nicely. I also can't feel any obvious wear in the steering at all. There's normally sometimes you feel a bit slack or a little bit sort of clonk or something like that, but there's nothing at all. It's really tight and crisp on the helm here. Likewise, the suspension of the vehicle, what I tend to be looking out for over bumps like this one, is just listening out for any kind of secondary noises, any sort of light metallic noises, or even noisier ones, where you might have a bit of suspension wear or a little bush or drop link chattering away, but there's nothing at all. It's very, very comfortable, very smooth riding, very controlled, but one of the sportier, for want of better words, SUVs out there. It's got a really nice, precise action. The whole chassis itself is a good compromise between ride and handling. Very, very enjoyable car to drive. Also, whilst driving it the legal limit here, just noticeable how quiet the car is. They're very, very quiet indeed. And obviously that also suggests that things like the sunroof seals, windscreen seals and door seals are all in good order, not allowing any wind hiss to come through into the car. But it's just noticeable how quiet the engine and tyres are actually as well. Brakes on the car, good solid brake pedal, no pulsing or vibrations coming back up through the brake pedal either. So it suggests that again all is in fine fettle there. Looking around inside the car, literally just being dropped to us. It'll be cleaned and serviced and mechanically checked over tomorrow, but it's really, really nice in here. Obviously we've got the top of the range car, so you've got the sat nav, heated seats, electric sunroof on board, but beautifully built. There's no squeaks or trim rattles, nothing at all. and all in really lovely condition in here. Been kept very well. It's not going to need an awful lot of cleaning, in all honesty. It's a credit to its owners, it really is. Looking around, obviously the main controls are very simple to operate. It's as we move into kind of the new era of cars, it's, you know, how complicated they've suddenly become. It's just nice to jump into a car like this where, you know, you just press buttons to direct the air to where you want it to go. It's just a nice, simple, easy car to operate. Doesn't phase you in any way. The main instrument binnacle, clear, legible, all the readouts working exactly as they should. Everything I've pressed thus far has worked absolutely perfectly, as I'd have expected, in all honesty, but that's by the by. As I said at the start of the video, you know, this one's shorter than most, in all honesty, because there's not a lot to say. It drives absolutely beautifully, it really does. It's a very, very nice example. However, if I've missed anything obvious on the video, then, as I always say, don't hesitate, please call us, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have about the car.